Hello, Cousin of Bulvark here, no relation. Today, in what will hopefully be a first of many, I will be doing a tutorial on the endgame contents of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. These videos will assume you have at least beaten the main story of the game and or have started New Game Plus, as many of the mechanics I will go over apply to after the game has rolled the credits for the first time. Also, there will be elements of the narrative in this video that will likely be spoiled if you decide to view this video, especially right as the gameplay footage starts, so only watch this after you have beaten Chapter 10. So before I actually start covering endgame content like super bosses and challenge mode fights, I will first do a basic overview of the game's main mechanics, as I view there are many elements that may fly over a lot of people's heads even by the time they beat the game, so I'm going to start breaking down a few basics. For the duration of this video, I will lower my level to 60 to give the enemies more of a fighting chance. First, let's talk about arts. For every driver, I recommend getting this skill that allows you to cancel arts like you do auto attacks as shown on screen. What this does is that it allows you to chain off the art at its final hit as you would a regular auto attack. For example, when using Anchor Shot, you can cancel off it as soon as Rex does the second hit of the art, which is the slashing motion. This will maximize your damage output on each art and help your special arts gauge go up much quicker, thus allowing you to do blade combos more efficiently. Now next we will... Well, that was a goof on my end, but hey, when the enemy's level is that much higher than yours, one-shots are gonna occur. So anyway, blade combos occur when you hit the targeted enemy with any level special art, thus beginning a chain that you could follow up on in the top right corner of the screen, accumulating with you generating an orb based on the element you finish with at the end of the grid. You can start the blade combo with any level special art, but in order to proceed with the combo, you must use a level 2, 3, or 4 special of the respective element on the grid. In this example, Mithra has hit the enemy with a level 3 special, so in order to continue the chain, I must either use her or Shulk's level 2 or 3 special to proceed towards the light orb at the end of the combo, or I can use Poppy Alpha's level 2 or higher special to go towards the fire orb, but right now I want the light orb. I want to inflict the enemy with a light orb, so I will use Nia's level 2 special with Shulk to get to the next part of the phase, although a level 3 or 4 special from him or Mithra would also move up the grid. Now that I have proceeded up the chain, I want to make note of a few things before I inflict Mithra's Lightning Buster. If at any point you move up on the grid during a blade combo while the enemy is inflicted with break, topple, or launch, you will trigger a fusion combo which will inflict more damage and grant a time extension on the blade combo in addition to granting even more party gauge. Fusion combos will trigger even if you end a blade combo at the third phase, so do that if you want to inflict as much punishment as possible, although remember that if you trigger a phase 3 blade combo when the enemy is launched, the timer on that effect will go down, unlike when they are inflicted with break or topple, so keep that in mind if you want to keep the enemy stun locked a second or two longer. One of the largest benefits to blade combos, in addition to inflicting an elemental orb, is that you take no damage during the duration of the level 3 special. This will be a vital tactic during certain bosses, as this essentially allows you to interrupt their strongest attacks if you have the timing right. So I am going to use Lightning Buster when the enemy is about to fire his miniguns to negate the entirety of it, and voila! His deadly miniguns now might as well be shooting Nerf balls. It should be noted that not all level 3 specials last as long as each other, so keep that in mind when you're about to finish a blade combo and you will have to practice your timing to fully negate some attacks. Lightning Buster is not one of the longer level 3 specials, but Cassandra's Secret Desire certainly is, so if you use her, you might want to let her finish off a blade combo that ends with a dark element. You will know when you can continue the blade combo based on the indications on the left, right, and bottom parts of the screen. If the circle on the left is filled with the ZL button, the right with the ZR button, or the bottom with the A button, you can continue the combo. For some practical exercise, I want you to practice 3 different kinds of elemental blade combos. For the examples I will show, I want to get a light orb solely with Mithra, a fire orb starting with Brigid, then Pyra, and then finish with Brigid to give Morag more aggro, and then I want a lightning orb starting with Cassandra, then following up with Mithra, and then finishing off with Poppy Alpha. Practice getting to the fastest orb you can do with your primary blade that can do one entirely by themselves, then practice getting an orb by using one ally twice, and then obtaining one using all 3 party members each phase. Now I'll put on a little something while the montage plays out. Right, now that that's over, let's continue on with a few other basic tips. Be sure not to spam specials during a blade combo, as while you will do damage, you will also be wasting the special gauge when it's not being used to advance the combo. And now we will start practicing using chain attacks in the most practical ways possible. Chain attacks like level 3 blade combos will completely negate enemy damage for their duration, so knowing when to time them will be a vital tactic in dealing with the deadliest schmucks out there. The ideal situation if you have to use a chain attack to negate an enemy art is if you have 3 orbs up so that you won't have to blow your full burst, but there will be times in order to survive you will have to use it, even if it means destroying orbs, but considering that these kind of fights you are just trying to win rather than gain major loot, you won't lose much sleep, as long as you remember to fill out your party gauge fairly quickly. And on that note, if you are not already aware of what full bursts are, let me break down what they do and how to maximize your chain attack's potential no matter what amount of orbs you got. Each orb takes 3 hits to destroy with either the same or random element dealing 1 hit and the orb's opposite element dealing 2 and automatically getting targeted when used. Up on screen is a cheat sheet to show you which orbs cancel each other out, so when light is up you want to use dark, and when water is up you want to use fire, and so on and so forth. It is recommended that you keep your blade loadout varied in terms of elements and well spread out while also ensuring 2 drivers have the same element so that you can always at least destroy 1 orb in a chain attack phase. Also, keep in mind who you want to finish off the chain attack, as whoever destroys the orb that triggers the full burst is the one that does a level 4 special. I prefer Mithra doing them in most cases, but it can be somewhat luck dependent on what orbs get hit that are not weakness hits, or when all orbs are out you need to really plan ahead to make that happen. Either way, the more overkill damage you do, the more skill points you gain, so try to maximize your damage output during a full burst chain attack by finishing with the most damaging blade possible. I believe that covers everything I want to go over in this video for now. Next time I will talk about select blades and their advantages, mainly Mithra. So until then, I hope you find that this video was informative, and I am listening to feedback, so feel free to leave comments below. Thanks for watching.